Hello, you YouTubers. I was bored, so I just thought I'd do an Inzektor deck profile. This is what I've been running for a while. Up until now, I was running Gravekeepers, but I just kind of think they're a little bit outdated, so I switched to these bad boys. Um, Here we go. So I'm running 3 Hornet. Obviously, you need this. This is like the expensive card. Yeah, it's a really good card. You need it for the Inzektor engine, I guess. And then 3 Centipede. You need that as well. And of course, the 3 Dragonfly. This is like the main core. Everybody who runs Inzektors runs these. Now, I also run the Gigamantis for OTK potential, and he really just helps as a beater. And then I also run 2 Ladybug. I really like Ladybug. A lot of people don't know it, but you can actually send Ladybug to the grave because it says you can increase a monster by up to 2 levels. You could increase it by 0 levels, so you could keep them level 3. So when you activate its effect, really, you can, when you activate its effect on Dragonfly, you can go for a rank 3, 4, or 5 exceed, so that just really makes the deck flexible. So that's the Inzektor, that's all the Inzektor monsters I run. Then, Triple Veiler, that's pretty staple this format, with priority gone. You need it, it's standard almost. Then my one-ofs, I run BLS and Gores. You really need them. Or, well, you really need BLS just because he's broken, but Gores is, some people don't run Gores, which I can understand if you run like a lot of Call the Haunteds. I only run 2, but if you run 3 Call the Haunteds, I wouldn't run Gores or 3 Safe Zone, whatnot. And then my tech, which I haven't seen very many people run. Hold on, let me is these guys, Birdmans. I'm running 2, and the reason I really like Birdman in this deck is because Effect Veiler hurts it so much. Like, if you have nothing but a Birdman and a Dragonfly in hand, you go normal summon Dragonfly, you're trying to go off, and they Effect Veiler, and you have nothing left in your hand, you know, you can just be screwed right there. That can be a good game. But if you can return it with Birdman, so next turn you can go off, you know, it's just beautiful. Or there's times if you set your Inzektor Dragonfly, which I always do, and they try to run over, you know, it's got 1800 defense, so they can't run over usually. You try to activate the effect, and when it's your turn, they Veiler, you can return it to your hand with Birdman, and then normal summon and activate its effect. Like, this card just helps out the deck a lot, and it's level 3, so you can exceed with it, with the other Inzektors, or Synchro. That's it for the monster lineup. So, now time for the spells. 1 Ultra Book of Moon. You have to have an Ultra. I know it's like $40, but if you don't have an Ultra Book of Moon, just nothing, you won't win anything. Then a Monster Reborn, you have to have this staple. I colored mine because I like messing with my cards. Foolish Burial, gets Hornet to grave, gets a lot of things to grave. Mind Control, the only reason I'm running Mind Control is because I have the Birdmans. I can Mind Control any Exceed or Synchro and return it to their extra deck for Birdman, or I can just normal summon my Birdman and Sync. It doesn't matter, it's just a really flexible card in this build. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, and that's all of the one-ofs and my spells, mostly staples. Then I'm running 3 MST. 3 MST is really good in this deck because, well, for, you know, it's good for back row removal, but it's also really good if you're going to, trying to go off, and you can actually OTK with these because you can pop your own, you can MST your own Gigamantis and get their effect and keep going, or you can MST equip cards on your Dragonfly, and it just really helps you in this deck. 3 MST. 3 Duality. 3 Duality just really helps with this deck because it's a combo deck. You have to get all your pieces, and you can OTK, and it just really speeds along the deck. And then I'm just running 2 swords, not 3 swords. 3 swords is pretty good if you're just trying to OTK all the time, but 3 can be kind of cloggy, so I'm just running 2. 2 is just really nice. That's it for the spells, and then on to the traps. I'm running 2 Bottomless. I prefer it over Warning, because it hits more. I mean, what am I saying? It doesn't hit more, it just removes what it hits, so I get Leviair targets, and with priority gone, this card's just a lot better. However, I am running 1 Judgment and 1 Warning. I'm only running 1 Warning, I just like the extra monster removal with my Bottomlesses. And then I'm running 2 torrential. You need this format. Now that's a 2. It's broke. Just like always a trap hole, or I mean a trap dark hole pretty much. Call the Haunted. Yeah, I'm only running 2. I would be running 3 if I was running Sangan or Card Trooper, but otherwise 2 is good. 2 just really helps you go off again. Like if you normal summon anything and they have some response to it, you can just go call, and you just go off again. It's just really awesome. And then when it's dead, it gives you something to pop. So there's times when they have nothing on their side of the field, and I'll have a Dragonfly in hand and a Horn Engrave, but I won't have anything to pop. But if this is set, or if it's dead, even better, I can pop it and get my effects. So that's it for the main deck. Let me move this. Now for the extra deck. I'm running, this is my rank 3 brigade. So Zenmaines, Acid Golem, Giga Brilliant, Leviathan, and Levier. Giga Brilliant is really good for both OTKs, and if you have a BLS in your hand but no Valors in grave, you can use it as a light target. Yeah, I was running 2 Leviathans, but I actually had to take out one for my rank 5s, which I'll show you in a second. That's my rank 3s. I'm only running 1 rank 4, Utopia, just in the off chance I might control a level 4, and I can equip my Inzektor Ladybug to one of my monsters and send it to grave to make it level 4 and overlay. But I mean, I know I can go into level 4s, but I'd much rather usually go into level 5s, because anytime I can go into 4, usually I can go into 5. My rank 5s that I have, right now all I have is a Tyrus, Blade Armor, and Blade Armor. I will make this Tyrus, Blade Armor, Extastag. Extastag is actually really good. A lot of people just don't like it. I don't really know why. You can equip stuff. Yeah, really, Crimson Armor Shadow Ninja is just beautiful, and I don't see why a lot more people don't run it. It's really good in the mirror match, and it prevents people from just going off on you. The only way they can get around it is to remove it from play or do whatnot with it. You just activate its effect, and they can't really do much to get around it, at least. And then for the Synchros, Armory Arm. A lot of people don't know this, but Armory Arm is actually an Inzektor, because it can equip to things, and I've actually OTK'd before because I can synchro for this guy with 1 effect Valor, and my other Inzektor, any other Inzektor, it's rank 3, that's level 3, and I can just go Armory Arm. I can attach it to my Dragonfly, either MST it or Heavy Storm, or pop it with Hornet, and I get the effect just like it was another Inzektor, so it really works well in this deck. That's supposed to be a Brio. I just don't have a Brio on me right now. My Altered Art Black Rose Dragon. Let's get a close-up of that. Oh, that's just beautiful, isn't it? Took me a while, but I love it. Yeah, that's just really good. In fact, someone I know, they main Debris Dragon in their main deck in Inzektors, because you can normal summon Debris Dragon and bring back Hornet, because it's got less than 500 or less attack. You can go Black Rose and just boom the field at any time. 1 Stardust. And now this is kind of cool, because I'm running Birdman. I can run Underground Arachnid. I kind of messed with the way this card looks, too. I made a spiderweb on it. But, if you look, it takes, I don't know if you can see, 1 Dark Tuner and 1 non-tuner Insect-type monster. So pretty much you can't run it in anything except Inzektors. Like, competitively, you could probably make a pretty cool Insect deck and run it. But, it's just really broke, because its effect is, like, you can equip stuff to it. Your opponent's monster, so it's like a relinquished, except whenever it attacks, they can't activate anything in response, so it's like a relinquished on crack. It's really well. And then Chimera Tech for the wind-up matchup. Now my side deck. My side deck's a little bit weird, because, usually your side deck is just nothing but a mirror of your locals. So, 1 Cyber Dragon with the Chimera Tech for the wind-up matchup. Only 1 Thunder King. I was siding 2, but I had to make room for some other stuff. Yeah, so I was siding 2, and now I'm only siding 1. 2 DD Crow. Inzektor matchup, mirror match, whatever. It's also pretty good in Dark Worlds. If they try to return a Dark World for Grapha, you can, remove it. 3 Decree. Decree is just really good. Usually what I do is I'll play game 1, then game 2 I'll always side in 2 Decree. And that's just wondering, like, that's kind of predicting that they're going to side in some back row hate, like Light Imprisoning or Macro or Skill Drain or whatnot. And then, like, that's just to see if they do. And then if I lose game 2, and I already know that they're sighting a backer hit, then I'll sight in the third one for game 3. But I usually only sight in 2 at a time. 2 Rivalry. Rivalry is really good against Dino Rabbit. Pretty much any kind of deck that runs more than one type of monster. But I'm running almost all insects, so works well with me. And Giga Brilliant's an insect, so it really works out. 2 Light Imprisoning. This is what I took out one of my Ryos for. It's for the Heretic matchup. Someone at my locals plays Heretics. They're actually pretty good with them, so yeah. Heretics are pretty cool, but that's what I used to shut them down. Then for the Dark World matchup, 2 Dimensional Fisher. A common misconception is a lot of people think that if you use Hornet's Effect while Dimensional Fisher's on the field, it's banished instead of sent to grave, but it's actually sent to grave as an equip card. I had this ruling falsely called on me at a anime convention I went to a while back, and someone was trying to tell me it gets banished, but it's actually an equip card when it goes to grave. So, and then last but not least, 2 Packy. I don't see why more people don't cite him anymore. I really love this card. Maybe it's just my personal preference, but in some decks, you can just normal summon Packy and like set 3 back row, and they can't do squat. And pretty soon I'm going to be changing up my deck a little bit. I'm going to be throwing in 2 safe zones. So even then I can side these guys in, normal summon them, and just hit safe zone. You know, it's just epic. So yeah, that's my Inzektor deck profile. See you guys later. Be sure to subscribe as well. Thank you. Oh, last but not least, I'd like to show off a few of my custom art cards. This is a Mirror Force that I did. It was a lot of fun. I used whiteout on some of the sides, and then a Sharpie, a silver Sharpie on like the inside, and just a red Sharpie for that. Yeah. How do I?